All right, I'm joined by a special guest here in our super cool VR soccer set. Star defender from the Philadelphia Union, Nathan Harriel is here. Nate, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
All right, so I know you're watching the U.S. men's national team like all of us are right now, but you've also had a front row seat to it because you have 3 caps with the men's national team, and you were on the roster for last year's Gold Cup, am I right?
Yes, I
Okay,
was.
so you know these guys really well. You know how talented they are, but from what you've seen for the first couple of games here, is the U.S. for real? Is this legit?
Yeah, I think the mentality I think the group has that Posh has put in us. It's a special one. A lot of friends have asked me, like, watching. They've never really watched any U.S. soccer before the tournament, and now they're watching these games, and they're like, they are for real. It's super cool. It's one of the best performances I've seen out of any U.S. team in a long time. And just like really proud to represent our country and just see it on the big stage when everyone's watching.
It's been amazing to watch. And so I know that Christian Pulisic, and a lot of people know that name, right? Like, he's one of the stars of the show. He's injured right now, so I don't know if we'll see him. Looks like he might be ready. Most people would say they know him, but who on this U.S. roster should the average person be paying more attention to?
I think the biggest right now is Flo. He's scoring goals.
Yeah.
He's scoring goals. And that's how you win games. And he's performing really well. Same thing with Chris Richards. He was a question mark coming in the tournament because he had a little ankle sprain, but he's fully fit, ready to go. And he's been performing at a very top level at club and country. And even Tim Ream. He's an older guy, vet, played in the Prem for a long time. But yeah, a lot of experience. He's been with the national team for I think over 10 years. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent on the team, and everyone should be really excited.
The old head, the captain, right?
Yeah.
The old man, but he's still got it. So they're taking on Turkey A in the finale of the group stage. The team we know is already moving on, however, to the knockout round. But what do you want to see from them in this final game before we get to that?
I think the same thing. You don't want to kill the momentum. 2 big wins. I think it's the first time in a while that the U.S. has won 2 group games back to back. So yeah, you don't want to kill the momentum, but at the same time, you need to be smart. If some players are feeling a little bit of pain in certain areas, definitely need to rotate a little bit for the knockout stages. But you don't want to let the foot off the gas pedal. You want to go out there, dominate, and continue that momentum into the knockout rounds.
You obviously know a lot of these guys. You came up with them through the Union Academy. The local guys, right? The guys from around here: Brendan Aronson, Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, Matt Freese. Is their success in this at all surprising to you?
No. Knowing Matt, because he's played the most right now. He was behind Andre for many years here, and he never got his chance to play. But as soon as he went to New York City, he took his opportunity and took it really well. Got the call in with Poch last year in January, and then he hasn't looked back. But all those guys, they've worked so hard. For many years, it's just awesome to see them represent the country and a little bit of Philadelphia on the world stage.
And a lot of Delco too.
Yeah,
a lot of Delco. All right, well, give us a little dirt on these guys, like of Brendan, Mark, Austin, and Matt. Who's the funniest? Who's the most serious of the group? Like they're all different.
I think the most serious is probably Matt Freese. He's a Harvard boy, so he has a little bit of that in him.
Smart too.
The funniest one out of all of them is probably Mark, and then they're all goofy. Brendan's really goofy. But they're all great guys. When they were back here for camp in November of last year, they all stopped in the building. Talked to all our staff because it's all the same from when they were here too. So it's one big family, and they're all extremely humble, and it's just awesome to see them play.
And do you feel a source of pride knowing that you kind of came up?
Yeah, of course. You're with them in the locker room every single day and making jokes, messing around, and at camp last year at Gold Cup too. That was a 40-day camp. You're spending every single meal with them. Waking up, training with them. So yeah, it's just really cool.
You've got a new coach with Philadelphia Union. New interim head coach is Ryan Richter. He's a local guy as well, someone you're familiar with. The Union have been familiar with now for a decade plus. To see him get an opportunity like this, how cool is that for you guys?
It's really nice. It's really cool. It's a familiar face in the building, which is always nice. And it's been a tough first half of the season, but I know Ryan's more than capable of turning it around. But yeah, he was our assistant coach a few years ago when we had Jim here. And also in the academy, we've walked around with him for many years, and he trusts in us, and we trust in him. And even the staff around him, with Fred De Silva, he's in the academy. He played here for the Union a while ago too. So yeah, it's really cool to see a familiar face. Just get back to being with the boys in the locker room and stuff.
So you mentioned it, rough first half of the year, but you got a second half to turn it around when we start back up in a couple of weeks. What makes you think you guys can do that?
I think the mentality of the group. It wasn't the year any of us planned in the first half of the season, especially coming off a supporter shield year. But that's what happens in sports. It's never consistent. There's always highs, there's always lows. But the mentality of this group coming back from the break, fully recharged and ready to go, and a great mindset it's really nice to see.
All right, I got one more question about the men's national team. I know you don't want to sell anyone out here, and we're American. How far do you think though they can make it? What's a legit thought?
Zlatan said it best when he was asked in the U.S. Women's World Cup, and he said yes. So I truly do believe the way they're playing right now, they can keep the momentum. Everyone stays healthy, no suspensions, no yellows. I think we can win the World Cup. We can win the World Cup. You heard it right here. Nathan Harriel from the Philadelphia Union. Nate, so good to see you, my friend. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.